Oh yeah, baby, we're gonna crack into another haul, cause today we're gonna be smelling a ton of fragrances by the house of room 1015. 9 of them, to be exact.
This is so exciting.
Now, they're not all gonna be first impressions. Now, the fact is, I've smelled the majority of these fragrances at a room 1015 event that I went to with our boy Ja. And honestly speaking, we were both pleasantly surprised by some of the scents that we smelled and the price point. I always said you don't need 100 mLs of anything. And if you're willing to get the 1.7 ounces, they're like $100. Which if you're playing in the perfumery game, every cent counts. And these fragrances, from what I remember, but we will revisit them, were pretty freaking solid. But let's roll my music so I can put you onto these different room 1015 fragrances and let you know my current thoughts, because I might have forgotten a thing or two, because truth be told, at the events to celebrate one of the fragrances that is marijuana inspired, I got a little loopy. Let's try to recreate that. Let's go.
We're all alone. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I want to be
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, 𝐷𝐸. Shout out to Max Roma for sponsoring today's video and allowing me to do this whole video. Because the fact of the matter is that price point nowadays, it's getting a little crazy, right? Like, if you got it, you got it. And sometimes I got it, and sometimes I don't, or I just don't want to waste it. So if I can get a fly fragrance that has unique qualities about it and be under that 200 price point for a 100 ml, which a lot of these are, sign me up. Now, the event that I went to was to celebrate this fragrance, Room 1015's Sweet Leaf. And if you can tell by the artwork on it, it was about that sweet leaf.
That is lit.
So I think it's only right that I start off with this particular fragrance. Now here's what the presentation of Sweet Leaf looks like. Cool vibes, very artsy, and the house really screams LA, California type beach vibes, surfer culture, with a little bit of a European flair. So when we take the sleeve off, here we go. I gotta cut this joint open, that's sad. Luckily I always have some sort of sharp object around me. Not that I'm Cuban and I have to have that, but never catch me slacking. So here's Sweet Leaf nestled in this packaging oh so firmly that I have to knock it out. Broke the whole packaging. Who cares? I throw them away. And here is the Sweet Leaf presentation. Cool looking bottles, very nice, simple, but we care about the scent profile, right? So first, let's get into some notes. So obviously we know that Sweet Leaf is a marijuana scent. So it's got a cannabis note, it's got a citrus note, it's got eucalyptus, followed by jasmine and angelica. According to Fragrantica, let's get into the scent because I am a fan of marijuana fragrances. We have said that in the past if you follow my channel, and this one was definitely no slouch from what I remember, but let's revisit it now. Fire. The eucalyptus pops, the marijuana pops, the citrus pops, herbal, sexy, not too weed forward or hempy, but it is prominent and it is there, but it's not offensive or overly like, oh, I'm gonna get a DWI for smoking too much bud or being hotboxed in a vehicle.
Hell no.
It's got the right amount of naughtiness, still very vibrant, very citric, very beachy. It does smell coastal, smoking a blunt, about to hit the surfboard, and maybe finger blast a blonde chick wearing some sort of hookah necklace. Or is it puka necklace? The one with shells? Either way, she's gonna end up with a pearl necklace, so it don't matter. It's fresh, it's kind of skunky, it's fun, it's very playful, and overall not an offensive scent at all. I thought this was a very good marijuana-ish scent. Ja agreed with me at that time, but Ja is like me, super bipolar and can love something today and hate it tomorrow. Luckily, this kept the same energy from the event till now. Sweet Leaf, only if you like marijuana scent profiles or you're looking to get into the marijuana scent space and you're already a burner, but you want something that kind of reminds you of burning down a little bud, but you still want to have the sexiness of a fragrance. $100 for the 1.7s. I mean, this is good. For me, on a scale of 1 to 10, 7.2. Next one. Next one is probably the most popular of the lineup and is continuously sold out. I even think it's sold out now, but I'm putting you guys on just in case you want to know the scent profile, because at the end of the day, I don't care if you do or you don't buy shit, but I am going to share my fragrance opinions with y'all, and in this case, it's going to be about 𝗏𝐻𝐿𝑒. 𝗏𝐻𝐿𝑒 seems to be the most popular one out of the lineup, and I honestly don't remember this fragrance from the event. This seemed to be kind of like the main attraction, and it was even on a table on its own on the far left, so maybe there's something here that I'm gonna be missing. Oh, I should have read the notes, but let's sniff it first and then we'll look into the notes. See what the popularity hype is about this scent. Beach all day, sun lotion, kind of coconutish. I mean, all the sun This is the this is a 3D rendition of a painting coming to life of you being pulled into it like Freddy Krueger pulling kids into the bed.
Your wish is my command.
only in beach format. You are laying down with all the Hawaiian tropic lotions over you. SPF 100 for the vitamin D deficients, but most of y'all living in that 15 space. Coconut, milky, musky, vanillic. I gotta look up the notes. That is fire. Super perfect for this weather. All right, so according to Fragrantica, it's watermelon and coconut, followed by mandarin orange, orange again, lemon, amberwood, and ambergris with a little cacao. For me, I'm getting milky, vanillic, watermelon. Bro, you know what this shit smells like? A watermelon high noon. Those vodka seltzers? It smells like you're at the beach cracking a watermelon high noon open. 1,000,000%. This is solely for the hot, humid weather. Don't know what the performance is. This is truly my first impressions of this scent, but that's what it smells like. A watermelon high noon. Milky, coconutty, vanillic, watermelon, fizzy, bright, beach lotion S-type vibes. This is 100% fun and playful, almost in that bubble of juice box feeling chill, but creamier and a lot more like a high noon seltzer watermelon flavor. This one, this is an 8. This is really good. For now, very good. Shit, next one. Now this next fragrance I specifically selected because it was Ja's favorite out of all the scents that we smelled at that event, which does not scream Ja whatsoever. His palette is so random and super shocked that his favorite out of all the scents that we smelled was Sonic Flower. Sonic Flower. Ja is officially becoming gay. And I'm joining him. I don't know what it was about this scent, but I remember specifically laughing my ass off while drinking this CBD or THC infused alcohol at Ja because out of all of it, he was like, yo, Coobs, you gotta get this one, bro. This one's good. He kept smelling himself consistently. It could have been the alcohol too that influences, but I'm curious to see what he thinks of this joint now, and I'll have him on next time so he can re-smell this joint. But this definitely caught his attention, and here's what the presentation looks like. Bang! Sonic Flower, which I don't remember this being very floral, but let's look up the notes. All right, so the notes of Sonic Flower are carrot seeds, pink pepper, orris, followed by jasmine, musk, ambroxan, and cashmeran. All right, let me re-smell this joint to see if we can find out what essence was it of Sonic Flower that tickled Ja's monkey. It's in that space. The orris is powdery enough to give it that DHI-ish kind of energy. Very clean, musky, cotton, powdery. I think maybe it was alcohol infused. This doesn't stand out to me like being, oh my God. It's very nice. Again, if you like the Dior Homme kind of DNA and you're good with that lipstick bag, powdery essence that iris or orris root give off, then you're absolutely gonna love this. Very unisex. I can see a man or a woman pulling this joint off. Now he was complimenting it on skin, so maybe it's just something that his skin really reacted well to. Obviously, we'll work hard to get his reinterpretations on this scent. Clean, powdery. I get a little bit of the peppery action, and the carrot seed, not necessarily. I think it's good. Very nice. Doesn't blow my nuts off though. I had higher hopes for this joint, at least now. Maybe it's something that I have to try on skin, but this for me is just nice. It doesn't blow my dick off. It's like a solid 6.5. Sonic Flower, 6.5 in my opinion. Again, these are all test strip scents, so it can potentially change. Next one. The next one is a different one that I have not even heard of. I just selected the joint, and it's 1015's Atramental collaboration with Sang Blue. No idea what the hell this shit is. Let me see if I can even find the notes. All right, so the notes of Atramental are watery notes, bergamot, citrus, followed by black pepper, cardamom, and castoreum, resins, and saffron. Castoreum. Oof. We'll see. I don't know. Castoreum sometimes doesn't. Ugh. Let's go. All right, not too bad. Leathery, definitely get the castoreum, 100%. Castoreum is like that's a note you can't hide anywhere. That beaver asshole secretion shit, like it's so fucking potent, and it just always leans to an old school DNA. Like anything with castoreum has to be followed with some sort of citrus to give it life, because it's so dark, dry, animalic, very leathery. And this is in the space of like something that 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 would make, in that kind of dark, ominous, Iron Duke, Killian Dark Lord, dry, vetiverish, hay, wood. Like I got splinters on my dick kind of. This is aggressively mature. I mean, this has all the potency that you're looking for. Just a very, very, very selective audience for this. This screams of like higher end money with a little bit of like artsy craziness, if that makes sense. It has to be like one of these dudes who is borderline psychotic, but is also like a super genius and paints on the weekends, and his paintings go for tens of thousands of dollars. That's the type of energy that I'm getting off of this shit. I don't know who Sang Blue is, and maybe it is an artist, but this shit is a little rough, and it's also sitting in that 6 space. Next one, Purple Mantra. And here's what the bottle looks like of Purple Mantra. And the notes of this fragrance are lavender, pink pepper, freesia, followed by clary sage, iris, floral notes, incense, myrrh, ambroxan, and musk. All right, I mean, sounds good to me. Let's find out what the nose is thinking though. Purple Mantra. Very soapy, incensey forward, getting elements of like Palo Santo-ish kind of energy. Fall and winter only. I don't find freshness here for the summertime. Very resinous, deep, thought-provoking. There's a lot of soapiness here. That clary sage is really producing like a lot of soapy action here, which is almost confusing with the incense, but also like wildly intriguing as well. And I keep dissecting the notes in this scent, but this shit is kind of fly. Like I'm fucking with the weirdness of this scent. In the mass appeal DNA, I think in the fall and winter, you can potentially get compliments out of this joint because it's not so incensey forward, although it's prominent. The soapiness kind of just takes over this scent for me. Like I'm starting to get a little bit more of a sweetness coming out of the scent, telling me that this fragrance has not even began to develop, or should I say unwind to what it's becoming. And I'm sure this, like everything else, be completely different on skin. And maybe that'll be a video that I do with 𝗁, because right now it's just going to be first impressions. And I find this wildly, wildly interesting. Very addictive to me. I'd give this, man, like a 7.5. Something about this shit is wildly addictive. Weird, resinous, smoky, super soapy, slightly fruity. It just becomes more and more different. This is very good. Next one, Electric Wood, which is what happens when you put your cock in an electrical socket. Alright, so let's dissect the notes of Electric Wood. It starts off with cedar and ambroxan, followed by oak and resins. And then we got iris and nutmeg. Definitely sounds right up my alley. Alright, let's get into this Electric Wood and see what kind of energy is popping off of this shit. Very nice. I'm getting almost citric sandalwood. Yeah, like a santal essence with a big squeeze of lemon. There's a little bit of a lemon cough drop essence from this scent. Yeah, that lemon cough drop essence feels like it's a combination of the lemon and the nutmeg. One of the things I am noticing about this scent, and I'm prejudging it, but it feels like it pops very like aggressively off the test strip, which is alluding to potential solid performance. There's also a little bit of like a baby powderish kind of essence out of this joint. It's woody, citric, lemon drop powdery, very interesting, sexy, classy. It's a whole fucking vibe too. This is definitely up there in the 7.6, 7.7. Very handsome scent. Very handsome scent, and it feels of potency, of regal, of money. There's status and wealth here. That's fucking good too. This is, I'm keeping the same energy on this house. So far it's been very good, but let me bend over and get more. Pause, that sounded crazy. Next one, Cherry Punk. Now I have spoken about Cherry Punk in the past, which I think is one of the first introductions that I got for room 1015 through Scentbird. That's how I got a decant of Cherry Punk the first time, which I believe I said, and I don't recall, that it was in the vein of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, if not better. Now I believe there's 2 concentrations of this scent, and this one is the Eau de Parfum concentration, and I'll give you those notes. All right, so the notes of Cherry Punk are as follows: cherries, saffron, Szechuan pepper, violet leaf, mimosa, jasmine, leather, tonka bean, and patchouli. I remember this one being good, so I doubt this is gonna be disappointing. Unless you don't like cherry, then throw this shit out the fucking window. All the vibes. Yeah, this shit is super solid. It's like Lost Cherry on steroids and cheaper. Potent, leather, cherry, resinous, sweet, maraschino. You smell the syrup of that cherry. Everything is falling out of my trash can. I mean, you can almost say that the Lost Cherry and the leather are battling each other for sure. Very sexy. It's sweet. Might be too sweet for you if you're not into the cherry scents. I think this would be a moderate sprayer. Don't go fucking just wild crazy, because you might get attacked by all the mosquitoes. But I think this is a very sexy scent. Very handsome, super unisex, and definitely one of the better cherries. I'm pretty sure I said that in the past, that this is absolutely one of the better cherry scents that are out. Again, $100 to $155. I think some of the limited ones are like $200, but the price point and quality of these scents, you're not gonna fucking beat. Bending over. And I always tell people, live in the now, stop worrying about yesterday. I have to be corny. That's what I do. I'm just fucking corny. Now for comparison's sake, 3.4, 1.7. Nobody needs 100 ml of anything. That's what I tell people all day. Let's look up the notes for yesterday. All right, so the notes for yesterday are cardamom, bergamot, thyme, orange, and basil, followed by geranium, lavender, artesme, and caraway, and vetiver, sandalwood, white musk, amberwood, and tonka bean. Let's get into it. Here we go. Very light on paper, almost faint. Unraveling. It did come off light on paper. Ooh, amberette is coming up. Light woody amber. That's weird. That's weird, and it started off like almost like a whisper of scent, and now it's like unraveling in a really odd way. Amberette, fresh, ooh, musky. You get an herbal vibe from this. Ooh. Okay, Houston, something's coming up.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Whitney's dead?
Yeah.
Wow, the way that this is just unraveling. I even got mini goosies. Very interesting, weird progression how this shit just easy to wear, signature scent worthy, office, casual, chill, woody, citric, clean, also a little bit soapy. It does have a little bit of a gentlemanly hybrid of like platinum egoist. It has a platinum egoist kind of energy. Very handsome scent. Started off weak, but it's changing and I'm still getting mild goosies. Super classy. There's a lot. I'm very impressed with this house, honestly. Again, nothing is absolutely like, oh my God, the best shit ever, but there is consistency across the board. I'll take solid 6s across an entire line, knowing that I'm gonna get versatility, sex appeal, a little bit of everything from each of the scents, and no, I don't have to blow the bag and spend an extra $200 to get like one craziness, and I can get a nice variety. Now, if we average out the fragrances that I've smelled so far, we're living in that late 6s, 7s. They're just fucking good, bro. There are very good scents. I think I got one more. So far, they're good, man. They're fucking good. You're getting a lot more bang for the buck for the price point. I like them. Next one is 𝗙𝐿 𝗕𝐿𝐿𝐿. Here's what 𝗙𝐿 looks like, and the notes are mandarin, saffron, violet, iris, sandalwood, papyrus, and guaiac wood. This seems like it's gonna be like the most tame, gentlemanly, classy one out of the scent, although yesterday made a big splash, but let's see. I mean, this is a different take on iris. It's like a sweet powder. Wow. A lot of elegance and powderiness here. Sweet, sexy, very attention-grabbing, like enticing, like icebreaker. The Rizz game is solid, but it's a classy Rizz. Such an inviting, easy to smell powder. Wow, this is surprisingly delicious. I mean, to the point where this is quite good. Good sillage. Good sillage. Moderate atomizers. They're pretty standard. Bro, this has a fucking energy, confidence boosting. Like my tits are poking out a little bit more secure. Wow. It keeps the same energy throughout. Like, if you like crazy sweetness, cherry punk, fantastical. Yesterday, full-blown class along with 𝗙𝐿. You want a little ballsy, crazy, hemp-burning, Williamsburg, hipster type energy? You go with the sweet leaf. You're beachy vibes and you're looking for a crazy summer fragrance? Bang, Wave Child. You want a more subdued unisex iris kind of shit? Sonic Flower. Versatility, again, from $100 to $155, the majority of the line. Great price point, great quality, did not get any synthetic energy off of this shit. It doesn't smell cheap. You have a nice eclectic mix of scent profiles for different personalities, different situations. I think it's a great line. I think this line needs a little bit more notoriety, and these are just entry level, like test strip scores. I haven't even tried these shits on skin, so I'm gonna 100% revisit this shit on skin and let you know my final thoughts. Maybe that next video with 𝗙. Leave it in the comments below. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. I'll put links in the descriptions of these scents as well. Let me know if you've explored this house and which one caught your attention. I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is. Biggest in the game. Smooches.
Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would